the moment. We are going to delve into all of that. But before we do, Mr. Mayowa, Manchester United defeated Everton by 1 goal to 0. And it was a very, very brilliant strike from Benjamin Sesko in the 71st minute. What do you take, or what do you make of that particular encounter in the Premier League?
Well, I mean, the Yorubas will say "Ara Jaleyiwa." All win are win. Manchester United will take the win. However, let's delve into the game. Manchester United played poorly in that particular game. How do you play one game in 13 days and you are struggling that way? Yes, a lot of people might say, you are playing against a what was that their coach name again? The former coach of Manchester United, I can't remember, David Moyes. That you are playing, you are playing against a David Moyes, that knows how to compress the field, that will not give you a lot of room to work with. However, if you are a Manchester United, you don't have any games during the midweek. These are games that you should have rested enough. These are games you should be dispatching. Manchester United won. However, it was not a convincing win. The boys did not show up. They did not play so well in that particular game. Second balls were going to an Everton side, and if you are going to do well in any game, definitely you want to be looking at winning the second balls. Definitely that not happening in that game. A lot of the time, second balls was not coming. Kudos to Michael Carrick. I mean, he saw what was going on and he brought in a Benjamin Sesko. A lot of people have said, Benjamin Sesko is not your game starter. If you start him in a game, he can't play that joker role. This is not the first time Benjamin Sesko will come in and deliver result. The last game against West Ham, he also came in and scored that very late goal. Now, kudos to Carrick. He saw what was going on. He brought in a Benjamin Sesko, and Benjamin Sesko was able to deliver. Kudos to also Kunya. Kunya was, that pass from Kunya, that's about 30-yard pass, 40-yard pass rather, from Kunya to Mbeumo really unlocked, the Everton defense, and that gave Sesko an opportunity to be able to be free on the other side for Mbeumo to pass him. In that particular game, Lamens, the 18-year-old goalkeeper, actually saved Manchester United. Over 10 saves, and he won the man of the match. That goes to show that Manchester United played poorly. Also, there's this issue of all teams are doing it now, and it's a bit annoying. I hope the FA would address it. Players crowding goalkeeper. Arsenal, Everton had over 10 corner kicks, and they were practically crowding Lamens, and it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it's unfair, but in any case, Lamens was exceptional, and the man of the match that he got, it was well deserved. Lamens saved the blushes of Carrick and that of Manchester United. I hope going forward we'll not see this kind of game again. I hope Carrick will go back to the drawing board and get it right. That particular game, Manchester United did not get it right, and Manchester United should be counting themselves lucky that they were able to win that particular game.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for that in-depth analysis concerning the Manchester United match against Everton. But Michael Carrick extended his unbeaten run to 5 wins and a draw. He has been Manchester United coach for the past 6 matches. Defeated Manchester City, defeated Arsenal, defeated Tottenham, defeated Fulham rather. And drew only to Fulham, and he has extended, as I said, his run to 5 wins and a draw. Now, Manchester United are seated 48 points, fourth on the table, behind Aston Villa, who has 51 points. That means that Manchester United are only 3 points shy of the top 3 position in the English Premier League. Mind you, right behind them is Liverpool and Chelsea, who are both on 45 points. Mr. Mayowa, I want to take you through the next 5 matches of Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester United, and I want you to tell me what you make of these matches and what you think will happen, or what you think, or what you predict. Which team do you predict will eventually make the top 4? Because as it is, these teams are fighting it out for the final 4 slots so that they would be able to qualify for the UEFA Champions League. We'll start with Chelsea. Chelsea has Arsenal, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Everton, and Manchester City. Mind you, right after Manchester City, they have Manchester United as well, which is their sixth match. Right now, they have again Arsenal, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Everton, and Manchester City. And for Liverpool, Liverpool has West Ham, Wolves, Tottenham, Brighton, and Fulham. West Ham, Wolves, Tottenham, Brighton, and Fulham. While Manchester United, on the other hand, have Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, and Leeds. As it stands in the English Premier League, at least the first two positions, the first and second position, they are sealed already. It is either going to be between Arsenal and Manchester City. But for the third and fourth positions, these four teams seem to be, dogging it out. So, what do you make of the next five matches of these three teams, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Liverpool? And which teams do you think will eventually progress to the Champions League?
Well, I mean, if you ask me, I think Aston Villa probably drop out. They are the masters. They are the master in starting, but poor in finishing. We've seen it consistently under Unai Emery's side, and that was one of the reasons why he was even fired from Arsenal. I mean, if you look at the games, it's a very difficult run, especially for a Chelsea side. Chelsea is playing Arsenal next, and this is a crunch period. This is the time Arsenal needs to produce results. It seems the new manager bounce that has happened for Chelsea has begun to wear off, and the last two games that they drew, they drew it, in a non-exciting fashion. They drew it, in a fashion whereby you probably be scratching your head and be wondering what's Liam Rosner thinking. So, I mean, the next 5 games for Chelsea is going to be very, very difficult. There is a Newcastle in that particular run. Remember, Edia also, yes, he's been fantastic in the Champions League. Yes, he dispatched Carabag, 9 goals, and the rest of that. However, in the EPL, he has been very inconsistent because of the amount of money that has been spent so far. They continue to spend money, but the result is turning out in the EPL has not been consistent, and a lot of people, the jury is out on him. So, I mean, this is a team coming from the backdrop of a successful Champions League run. Yes, they play Carabag. Carabag is not the biggest team in Europe and the rest of that, but they were able to score 9 goals. That shows how good they are. So it's going to be very, very difficult for Chelsea. I think probably I'm suspecting that Aston Villa will drop out. Manchester United will get to secure their position, because I mean, yes, Manchester United play some top team. The next game is against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, even with a record for Wolves, they had to stay to the 90th minute, the dying minute, before they scored, before Ivan Gerson scored over the weekend. They were practically drawing that particular game, and Ivan Gerson popped up and he was able to score. And if not for the fact that Arokoda really lost the penalty, probably the result might have been different. So I mean, if you look at the inconsistency of the teams, in the top 3, I think and Aston Villa drops out. For Liverpool, I think the fixtures are a bit winnable. Yes, they had a horrible game against Nottingham Forest. It was not until Ngomua came in that we saw any movement in front of goal. Salah and Cody Gakpo and the rest of them could not do the magic until the 18-year-old Nigerian he's not playing for Nigeria anyway. The 18-year-old British Nigerian, came in, and that's when we saw a bit of movement, and that was when they were able to create a goal scoring chance that McAllister eventually buried. I think if you look at the list of fixtures, there is a Wolves, there is a Fulham. These are very beatable fixtures for them, and I think probably maybe we will see a Liverpool 4th, then probably a Chelsea 5th. However, at the moment, it seems the EPL teams are doing well in the Champions League. If they can get to the semi-final again, probably we get to see 5 teams qualify from the EPL. But at the moment, I think Aston Villa drops out, Manchester United comes third, then probably maybe followed by Liverpool, then what's it called, a Chelsea follow. For Arsenal, they have to win all their games. But the big question is this: can they beat a Chelsea side? A Chelsea side that is wounded, can they beat them? Yes, Liam Rosner, the placebo effect is going down, But can Arsenal, beat a Chelsea side that want to prove a point? Well, we have to wait and see. But for me, top four, probably maybe a Man City, because I feel Man City will win. A Man City, Arsenal, Manchester United, then a Liverpool as number 4.